If you see Odisha is earning a surplus revenue now because of the mining activities which have really picked up. But here the question is, yes, we have mines, we can do mining, export the bauxite, aluminum, bauxite, iron ore, chromite and all that thing across the world, earn revenue. But will that be sufficient? The step 2 would be to convert these into bulk metals. We cannot export the ore solely. We have to convert them into the bulk metal, and then the third step would be converting these metals into downstream products, which we are not doing. We can export bauxite. There are not many people waiting to take our bauxite. We can export alumina and bulk aluminium. But what about making aluminium foil? We produce aluminium here. We spend a lot of electricity. We pollute the environment, and the earning goes to other states because they're the end products. The finished products actually have the value. We are not adding value to the rich mineral resources that we have. So the first and foremost point that Odisha should be now working on is adding value to its natural resources here itself, because that will lead to a cascading of industrial growth, smaller industries, MSMEs and large-scale employment, and ultimately money coming to this state. The second point on which I would like to talk about is economic transformation. Odisha is rich in mineral reserves, still it is called a poor state. In the development index, Odisha is way behind many other states even now. We have to think of not just mines and minerals, but making Odisha a hub for manufacturing, high-tech industries and several service sector industries, including IT sector. Why only the IT sector hubs are in Bhubaneswar? Why can't they be in Koraput? Koraput's industrial, if you go to Koraput, it's like the Kashmir of, it's called the Kashmir of Odisha. The weather of Koraput is absolutely like Bangalore. It's well connected with Visakhapatnam, with Raipur and with Bhubaneswar. But we do not have these IT sectors. The government should not only be investing or attracting people for setting up the IT sectors in the Infocity here, but these should be also, like what I mean to say is, SEZs should be developed in remote districts that will lead to real development, because large-scale employment in the IT sector will come. The third is education, harnessing the human capital, which Manoranjan said, and I strongly feel that yes, we are talking about educating everybody, Sarva Shiksha Abhijan and all those things, but are we really preparing our children to face the onslaught of the world where artificial intelligence and modern technology will be the way forward? I don't think. Still we are at the very, very basic level. Even the vernacular medium schools, the government-run schools, as we rightly pointed out at Manoranjan Mishra, is not creating children for facing the world. We may count that yes, now 80% children go to school, 10% is the dropout rate, but the reality is that our education system needs a total revamp. And how can that happen? When we spend on education. And where does that money come from? I strongly feel that if we want to become Viksit Odisha by the next 11 years, one of the key enablers would be to first stop doling out things to like free 1 rupee rice and other schemes, because that money needs to be fruitfully utilized for building infrastructure, educating children and creating a health system, because the social security measures are your education, health and infrastructure, which the money for which is going to people, healthy people. I don't say that we should not give money or dole out certain benefits to old people, to physically challenged people, to orphan children. Yes, they are the people who need our help, the government's help. But doling out things to people who are healthy is making the state what I call a very, very lazy state. We don't get people to work here because we have to appreciate one thing which Manojan was also telling, that we cannot be equated with other states where entrepreneurship is there in the blood of the people. We must understand that in Eastern India, entrepreneurship is not very much existent in the people. Our people are very satisfied with basic requirements being fulfilled, a nominal government job or a basic food and water services they get. We do not aspire much, and that is in our blood. We can't change that. What we need to is infusing the spirit of entrepreneurship. And how do we do it? Through education. By identifying what the children, you can't make everybody matriculate, then go to +2 education, then pass BA from some college, and then say that we don't get any jobs. You have to have an education system where from standard 7 or 8, you have to identify what is the kind of education that this child needs, where is the child's interest, and accordingly the education system has to be molded. There has to be total revamp of the education system in this state. Technical education, yes, Bhubaneswar has become a hub of technical education. Odisha has got so many engineering colleges has mushroomed in this state over the last 20 years. But what is the quality of education? What is the quality of education in this state, in these colleges? Are we preparing children to actually become good engineers, skillful in their vocation? The other day also I was talking with some technical promoters of the technical colleges, where I said that we need to align our education by bringing industry focus into the engineering colleges. The 4 years that PPUT offers the engineering courses, at least 6 months of their education, the children should go to an industrial work. You cannot become just a generic engineer to face the onslaught of the new wave of technology. You have to be specialists. The way Germany has been doing for the last many years. Why German engineers are called very good? They don't have mechanical engineers. They have hydraulic engineers. They have pneumatic engineers. They have engineers who specialize in particular fields, and they are specialists. So this education system, right from the grassroots level, where education is a number for us, is just that to so many people who are educating, the percentage, no, it can't be percentage, it has to be value based, it has to be meaningful, and it should lead to skill development and vocational development of the children, and the process has to start right from high school and carried till they pass out. Odisha is an agrarian state. Priority must be given towards agricultural, technological innovation, which is called the agri-tech innovations. Even today, we are far behind progressive agrarian states like Punjab. Here, we have to understand that large number of people, a large part of the state is still dependent on agriculture. Rice is a major crop of Odisha, and after Kharif, around 2.1 million hectares land remains as fallow, which can be combined using the available water resources for crop intensification and diversification. Use of technology like drone technology for spraying chemicals and all. These are the areas in which the government should be investing, giving soft loans to people so that the real development takes place. Some of the other areas which could actually propel progress is, we are a state which has got a rich potential for tourism. But if you see, even in Puri, the basic infrastructure, although in the past few years it has developed, but still a large amount could be done. So the tourism sector and rural tourism, taking people for tribal tourism, these are the things which can propel industrial growth and employment in the state. Healthcare is an area which Mr. Paningrai did talk about. We have improved, but again, if we see the number of doctors per, we have 1 doctor per 1,500 people in this state, while it's around 3.7 doctors per 1,000 people in a country like China. What we need to do is education, the healthcare has to go to the doorstep, but because we don't have doctors, so the state needs to invest on creating more medical colleges and affordable medical education. Today, for getting into a medical college and completing your studies, parents have to shell out, if they won't go to a private college, more than ₹1 crore. It's not possible for people to afford that much of fee. So the government needs to set up more number of, we have done that, even more number of medical colleges to make medical education more popular.